name is Lisa Calamo, and welcome to our webcast with Cooper Levenson attorneys Alexandra Rigdon and Cynthia Grob. Today we have a very special guest, CEO Lloyd Levenson from Cooper Levenson, joining us. Lloyd, how are you?
Oh, wonderful.
Great. So I'm going to now turn it over to Lexi and Cynthia to ask you a couple questions.
Great.
Hi, Lloyd. It's
Hi.
nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Cynthia.
All right. So
You look 3 months older.
It's good to hear. I was hoping I didn't look any older.
Yeah, I look 3 months younger.
And that my skin was refreshed from my inside months of spent in my home. Okay, so we here at Cooper Levenson, obviously, as our home base is Atlantic City, and we have a tremendous amount of clients, both within the casino industry and outside of it. But we have a lot of clients that live in the Atlantic County region. A really important question for us, particularly in our family law practice, is the questions about the unemployment rate in Atlantic County and how you foresee that the upcoming reopening of the casinos, will be alleviating that issue for our clients and for the county at large.
Well, it won't eliminate the unemployment problem. It will reduce it. A number of these casinos are not able financially to bring back their entire staff when right now they're being limited to 25% capacity. So there's many employees that are being brought back, but the problem is that until we get to full capacity with all the amenities and the restaurants open, then at that time we will solve to a great degree the unemployment problem. But right now, not everybody is being brought back. So it's going to be a bit slow in getting back to where we were.
Okay.
And Lloyd, obviously so much of our daily life has changed. How do you predict the gaming industry itself changing as a result of the pandemic, either on a large scale, or even like, are we going to be able to pack in at the blackjack table anymore with the chairs all next to each other at any point in the near future? Or do you think that the entire landscape of how we go to casinos is going to change?
Well, our whole world really depends upon a vaccine. Until we get a vaccine and the public has had the benefit of that, we're not going to see casinos getting back to where they were prior to the pandemic. It's just not realistic to believe that you're not going to continue with fewer people at blackjack tables, fewer operating slot machines, fewer people at poker tables and things like that. So it all depends upon the vaccine. If the vaccine comes in a year, maybe the following year, you'll see things get back to relatively normal. But if we have to wait years for a vaccine, we are going to struggle in the gaming industry, like a lot of industries will continue to struggle.
So needless to say, it's going to be a long journey, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is. But thank goodness on July 2nd, not too long from now, we're going to open. So I'm interested to see how the lines form outside of casinos, because summertime, they're always packed.
Mm-hmm.
Our time. Now you limit that to 25%. I envision lines of people trying to get into casinos the same way they did back in 1978 when Resorts was the first casino and the only casino that was open before you young ladies were born.
Hey.
Well, almost before you were born.
Thank you. It's true.
Where literally they had lines around the block waiting to get in. Well, I'm hoping there's lines, and I'm hoping that the publicity surrounding that and the photos that go on the internet and the like show how popular casinos are and how people are trying to get in, because that will help dramatically.
And Lloyd, I just have one follow-up question.
Yeah.
In this time of the state closure, have there been any innovations in the gaming industry that you think will continue forward, that are going to be impactful, that have kind of changed gaming, the spectrum of gaming?
I just think that people are going to be more careful. It's before the pandemic. I know people won't answer this question honestly, but if you put everyone on a lie detector test and you said, all right, how many times a day do you wash your hands? I think, though, the American public might say after they go to the lavatory, but other than that, nobody washed their hands during the course of the day, really, unless they were working, outside and doing things that, like working in the garden or something like that. So I think that even after there's a vaccine and that people may get relatively back to normal, I think things like washing your hands and using disinfectants on your hands and things like that is going to stay around for a good long while.
Agreed. Probably not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, not a bad thing. Silver lining, right?
Yeah. Well, in my business, you shake hands, or at least you used to shake hands a lot, 10, 15, 20, 30 times a day. And, I was a little squeamish about the fact that, where was that guy or gal's hand,
Same.
prior to shaking my hand. So, now at least you have more confidence in when you shake hands with people that maybe they're got cleaner hands than they used to.
I'd be happy if handshakes never came back. They were always I like the elbow bump personally. Well, thank you so much, Lloyd. We really, really appreciate it. And I'm going to take it back to Lisa for our fun question.
Okay.
So we like to ask a fun question at the end of these. And this fun question is, what is the farthest you've traveled for work?
The farthest is Melbourne, Australia.
All right, he's the winner.
Yeah, okay, story topper. That's awesome.
Yeah, business has taken us to Australia on a number of occasions, but Melbourne is further than Sydney because we've been to Sydney also on business, but Melbourne is, and I think it took, counting the stop and, the break and stopping in Dubai, it took 36 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not to impress everybody, but I practice family law exclusively in New Jersey. And there's no such thing as federal family law. So my travels have been restricted to New Jersey. So the farthest I've traveled for work is either Bergen County or Cape May County. So don't get too excited, everybody. Hackensack is a long way from Cherry Hill.
Before I got into the gaming business, I had never been outside the United States. But being in the legal gaming business has taken me to every continent and many times to each of the continents. So it's been a great practice.
If you want a stowaway, I'll volunteer.
Okay. Can you?
and like Lexi, because I practice family law, amongst other things, but nothing that takes me overseas often. My furthest place in New Jersey, I did a 3-day trial, was in Sussex County, which was like a 2.5-hour commute from my home. And because I live in Pennsylvania and practice in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, I have gone up to Schuylkill County, which is a couple hours away for work. But most of the time, like Lexi, I stay in the tri-state region down where we are in Cherry Hill.
All right. Well, I'll try to take both of you the next time.
Yes, please.
Right.
Please. Yes.
And I'm mostly virtual, but at my old job in nonprofit, the furthest I had gone was Columbus, Ohio. So
a very exciting destination, Lisa.
Very thrilling. Yeah.
Well, Lloyd wins this one.
Yeah. I think
by far.
That. Well, Well, thank you so much for jumping on, Lloyd. We really appreciate
Oh,
it.
no problem. Enjoy
Yes.
seeing you all.
See
Great.
you.
Yep. See you guys at the casinos.
All right.
Yay.
Thank
See you later, guys.